Hi everyone, this is Cyber here. I'm here today to bring you a new video about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This video is touching another gameplay mechanic or just something in the game. This is talking about concerns of the third person view and also talking about the dramatic lighting. So let's get into it. So I was on Reddit today and someone had concerns. I'll bring it up to the screen so we can read it and I'll explain it to you. Concerns with the killer be able to use third person view to along with the survivors. How will this be balanced? Games such as DVD, Splinter Cell only give the killer a first person view to limit their visual fidelity to promote stealth on the survivor and spy side. I feel like third person will make it easier for the killer to look around corners, find hidden survivors. Unlike if they were on tunnel vision with the first person view, this could be in the end work out just fine, but I felt the need to voice my concerns. So this is what Andy said to him. Victims' gameplay is very stealth-based, using the shadows and their surrounding to their advantage is crucial. The thing that I'm most excited for players is finally to see during the upcoming technical test is how damn well the shadows work from the bacon lighting. The moments when you crouch and hidden in the shadows and the family member walks right by you without seeing you in such a traumatic moment of adrenaline during my playtest that happens quite often is such a cool feeling. So after all that, I think your concerns may be revealed once you see a better idea of how the shadow gaps and crawl spaces exactly work. So it does kind of work in Dead by Daylight because of the first person. You can crawl behind stuff and you can sneak around. Most people don't do it too often. Pretty much you cut off your line of view. With this, it's going to be a little harder, but you can do it if you get far enough ahead. The game that really shows this, if you remember a game called Hide or Die, back in the alpha, which I will try to find gameplay of this and show this guy so you get the feeling of what I'm talking about. It will be from my friend laughing because I don't have any gameplay from the alpha of it. But in that game, the graphics weren't the best or anything. It was alpha. It was early. The map was really good. Everything. But the feeling you got when you were in the grass and you heard the killer getting closer, if you just stopped moving, he really had to search for you through that grass. And he'd walk past you many, many times, not even knowing you're there because of how well it was done. There was no sound screaming. There was no birds or anything like that. Now, in this game, you can't sit and wait out because of the bleed factor from the last video I talked about, but you can hide, and you're going to need to as time. Let me show that gameplay so you get the feeling what I'm talking about with that, and we'll get on to the next thing they talked about.
Okay. The killer's running around. He can't find us. This is the way it should be. They create so much suspense. Alright, there goes Reese. And see how we have to work together slowly? It's just me. Alright, there's just me and Reese left. We're the only survivors left.
We're not exactly the dream team, but we'll
No.
take it.
Okay, sit. Oh, God.
Stop moving.
Does it go off when I'm just crawling and shit?
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's it.
You can't hear us.
Oh, my God.
You see what I'm saying?
Dude, you guys, this is really ridiculous.
See, look, there he went.
Where is he?
He's off to your right, I think.
Let's get in the barn.
All right, so the next thing he brought up, he says, that sounds great, but there's always people who will try to tweak graphic settings and config files to get them an advantage when it comes to shadows and photology. Now, hopefully, you guys already have this in mind. Will lock people from tweaking and changing these settings. No, they have something better, but he's going to talk about this. And he says, of course, we addressed this topic a few times before. Players tweaking the gamma brightness was something not lost on Guns or Somo Nottingham, things have been implemented to combat this issue. Bring up. Do not sleep on the baked-in lighting in-game. So, how I'm going to demonstrate this is there's a little game called, I have it up on the screen, called Project Playtime. I have it up now. This is from the makers from Poppy's Playtime. If you ever played it, it's a single-player game. Now, Project Playtime is a multiplayer version of it. It has 3 monsters that chases you. I'm not very good at names, but Chuggy Wuggy was the main character in Poppy's Playtime. Mommy's Long Legs, and you got Bossy the Boo. So, let's pop it up. Alright, so this is what the game looks like. It's a 6 versus 1 game, in case you never played it. You have these hands, and you got puzzles to do to get toy parts to put into areas, and you're trying to avoid the monster chasing you and taking you down. Pretty much you run, and then you gotta get the generator down to open that, get the train engine going on, and then you escape to the train. There's 2 sides. Monsters have different abilities and that kind of stuff. But that's not what I'm talking about with this game. Yes, the game looks pretty good, fun with friends, but it does come eventually over time. Played a little bit here, but you got some things here. We're going to talk about the shadows in this game. This is how dramatic lighting works in this game. So, see here, you should read all these, but as you go down, there's no lights here. See how the lights are on here, but none here? And there's a poster here. They don't want you to see this poster, because I believe it's going to be revealing new characters and that kind of stuff, or it's just something they don't want to talk about. Like this one, you can talk about, read a little bit, dress code, look damper, but there's 2 here. This one, I didn't even barely see when I walked by. And this one you can kind of see. This is how much dramatic the lighting's going to work. So even if I go in-game, change the setting. They don't have a brightness setting. They just have a shadow setting. Which on the low setting, you should be able to see, right? No, didn't change it at all. Doesn't look any different at all. All right. Well, what about if they do have a brightness? There's no brightness setting. But let's say they don't have a brightness setting. They have the same thing that this game has. Let me say if I hit the monitor, I have tested this several times in this game. Me and my friends talked about this. If I change the brightness on my thing, it does not change that at all. Even if I'm recording or streaming, it's not going to change how the brightness works. I can do that right now. Let me go into my game capture and go into my filters, and I have color correction here. If I'm going to show up for you guys so you can see. If I change the brightness, it does not do anything to this. It's not going to show it any better. Like, it doesn't show it any better that you can almost read it. No, doesn't at all. You might see a little better, like certain features and stuff. Like there, I can see the top a little bit better, but you're not going to be able to see it that great. And you're going to be paying attention to your main screen. You're not going to look at the streaming thing or whatever. No matter what I change, gamma, it's not going to change it. There's no changing to it. We get it back to default, so you see the main setting. Even if I saturate it or anything, it doesn't do anything. Like, that's the best you can see right there. That's the best you can see. But your stream is not going to want to watch the whole game like that. It doesn't look good. Or you're recording. And pretty much you're cheating. You can tell you're cheating. So, yes. So that's how dramatic lighting works. That's how their lighting system gonna work in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because I saw it in this game and I figured this is how a lot of horror games are gonna bake in the lighting so they can't mess with it. Does it affect the performance? Maybe a little bit, but it's only gonna be in the dark areas like this. Things they don't want you to see. They're gonna have that lighting baked in that areas. When they go in that bush, there's baked-in lighting under that bush that cuts off, that you can't, no matter what you change, it's not going to change it. So I hope that releases some frustration or worry from you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought it was a cool idea to come up and tell you about it so you know and understand a little bit better. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you hit a like so everyone else can see this video. If you're not subscribed already, I highly recommend it, especially if I might get a chance to go get more gameplay of Texas Chainsaw for you. So you subscribe to it so you can see it if I do get it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe.